Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to another answer reply video. This should be a fairly short one because I have found a little bit of time, but I'm going to try to keep this to under 20 minutes. And one of the reasons I want to do this short answer reply video is because I am falling a little bit behind here. So 12 days ago was the furthest away comment that I have not yet responded to. And that comment was from DWYSKEEZ. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. And his simple question was thoughts on AMA. So I'm pretty sure this is AMA Group. And to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of this company. And there are a few reasons behind that. So let's go to FinChat, AMA Group. One thing I don't like about this company is the margins, horrific margins. So this company is a smash repair business. So I do assume, and you can see that just by looking at the numbers in this company, that smash repairs have pretty bad margins. The other thing I like about this company is the debt. $447 million net debt in this company right now. And that is for a company with a markup of about $75 to $80 million. In fact, this company in 2019 had a markup about $1 billion. Yes, the markup of this company has fallen from $1 billion down to $83 million. That's according to FinChat. So let's have a look at this company's margins. Now, if you have a look at the revenue, pretty good revenue. So nice increase in revenue. I'm wondering if this company did some acquisitions back maybe 5 years ago to get highly in debt, because revenue is flat over the last 5 years. And you can see a massive increase in revenue between 2015 and 2020. Now, I'd say this company doesn't have much profit. I'd say very little profit. Let's have a look at the profit. In fact, loss-making the last 5 years. Okay profit. Oh, okay is probably not the right word. $22 million of profit in 2019. Now, they've had losses of over $100 million the last 2 years. Now, the margins, that's the one thing I don't like about this company. So let's have a look at the margins, ratios, margins. Gross profit margins about 50%, but if you delve a little or go a little bit deeper, EBITDA margins of 2%, net profit margins negative, of course, but operating margins barely positive, 1.7% in the last 12 months. That's the margins I don't like. Gross profit margins are okay, but it's just the operating margins seem to be really low for this company. Now, the other thing I'd like to have a look at this company is just a chart. The other thing you have to really understand is don't look at the market cap of this company. Have a look at the enterprise value, because this company has debt. And if you do add the debt to the market cap, this company has an enterprise value of over $500 million. Would I be willing to buy this company outright for $500 million? And the answer to that more than likely is no. That's for me. Now, the other thing I like to look at is the chart for these type of companies. I would categorize AMA Group as a low quality company, and the chart is bad. Share price still in a downtrend. Now, there was a nice little bounce after an horrific period last September. They must have done a capital raising or something on the 8th of September. Share price dropped on that day 43% and continued to fall. A nice little bounce, but you can see share price moved towards the longer term moving average channel and has started to grind slowly down since then. And right now the share price is at 4.5 cents. Not much higher from the lows we saw back in October last year. So not a fan of this company right now. And the only way I would take a position in this company would be more than likely just a trading position when I see a bit of a return to positive sentiment in the company and a shift in the trend in the share price. And when's that going to happen? I have no idea at this point in time. Okay, so that's AMA Group. So I'm not the biggest fan, but just because I may not be the biggest fan doesn't mean you don't have to be. We all differ in the way we research companies. So thank you, DY whatever keys. DY's keys. CHH Huntley says, cheers Kneppy, 80,000 at 39 cents, hoping worst case scenario, NTA should cover my behind. I have no idea what you're talking about. So I'm just going to like your comment. Which company are you talking about? Context. I need context. Not sure. Okay. Marty Scott says or asks, I'm not sure if there's a question here. Hi, Kneppy. That's an unusual name. Love your show. Watch it every day. Thank you. I'm new to the share market, 6 months in, and I hope in 6 years' time you can say you've been in for 6 years and 6 months, because the main goal I have is to keep you invested in the stock market for a long period of time. A lot of people, their problem is they get out of the stock market after a year or so because they've been unsuccessful. It takes time to learn how to truly invest. I believe that absolutely it takes time, and a lot of people don't put the time in. I have 12 stocks in my portfolio. My first purchase was Transurban. My first purchase was CBA and then BHP. And I would not purchase those companies right now. That's just me. For a blue chip long hold, is Transurban a blue chip? Just because it's big doesn't necessarily mean it's a blue chip. It's been flat for a while. Now in a downtrend, short-term and issues in New South Wales. Should I sell now? Then wait for confirmation of a ride. What's your thoughts, Sam? Thank you so much. I cannot give advice. I cannot tell you what to do. It's actually illegal for me to do that. So I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what my thoughts on Transurban are, and they're not pretty. I'm not the biggest fan of this type of company for where we are. I just don't like infrastructure companies. I'm not the biggest fan of infrastructure companies unless there's a nice trend. And if we look at the weekly chart for Transurban, there was a beautiful trend in this company back. And when I started investing, I should have bought, actually was a shareholder of this company for a period of time. Then I sold shares. I was a shareholder in Sydney Airport at one point in time. Then I sold the shares. And you can see a beautiful trend in the share price. And over the past 4 years, the trend is not there. In fact, the share price of this company is just going sideways. There's a few reasons I don't like this company. Some people have suggested, some experts have said, well, they can increase their tolls by inflation. But this company has a massive amount of debt. And I just can't understand the accounting around these companies. Because when you have a look at the debt, massive amount of debt. So let's have a look at Transurban via FinChat. I just don't understand the debt structures. Just huge amount of debt. And it's just weird. So net debt of 16.9 billion for a company with a market cap of 38.8 billion. So enterprise value is 56.4 billion. So you have to look at the enterprise value. So, and if you have a look at, say, the P ratio, 170.5, and I've been told you can't look at the P ratio for this type of company. So why not? Why not? So revenue, nice increase in revenue, but you should expect that. And so there's just things about these sort of companies I just don't understand. And it's just too hard for me to grapple with, to understand how a company could have so much debt, and yet people, the experts, don't really care about that. They just care that they can increase their tolls at the rate of inflation. But if inflation is growing, then interest rates are high, and doesn't that affect their debt? Doesn't this company have to pay a significant amount of interest to service their debt? I just don't understand. I sort of understand why they do need to go in debt to finance and fund their toll roads. The other thing I do have against Transurban Group is their toll road operator, and I'm not a fan of toll roads. I don't believe roads should be tolled. I believe all roads should not have tolls because I don't use toll roads. And is that fair to people who do have to use toll roads? It's not fair that some people don't have to use toll roads, some people do. It's, in my opinion, it's just not fair. But the world's not fair, is it? So that's Transurban. Not a big fan of that company, but the only way I would own Transurban is if I do see the trend, the share price in a nice uptrend. So thank you, Marty Scott. More questions, please. More questions. Animal Spirit. Just bought some Laserbond at 69 cents. Keen to hear why you sold out Kneppy. Yeah, the only reason I sold out was there's a bit of tension in the board. I'm not the biggest expert on the tension, but I'm pretty sure the ex-founder or the founder has some really critical things to say about the running of the company. He wants to become the CEO again or something like that. And when you do look at the financial performance, it is weak at the moment. And the chart sort of showcases the weak financial performance of the company. So I decided to sell some shares when they released their half-year results recently, or was that full-year results? Probably half-year results. So they released the results on the 23rd of February. Market didn't like it. Share price moved into a downtrend. And after this bounce, that's when I decided to sell. Just take advantage of this bounce. I sold for a small profit because I bought shares back here. I think it was back here. In June of 2022, I think it was then, or maybe it was here. I bought on a little bit of a dip. And I did like this company. And I bought it on that tip, thinking this is a good time to buy. But the share price just has done nothing the past 4 years. Share price has gone sideways. In fact, it's gone sideways over the last 5 years. if you could just take this line where the share price is right now, take it back, the period of time when it broke through that initially was September 2019. So share price of this company has done nothing over 5 years. So what I decided to do with Laserbond is sell out my position and just wait till I see the financial performance of this company starting to move in the direction I wanted to see it move in, or I see the trend and the sentiment shift to positive. At this point in time, negative for both. So this is just a trade for me. And I want to trade a little bit more when it comes to my small caps. It may not always work, but that's what I've decided with Laserbond. Doesn't mean I'll always be out, but at this point in time, I am out for maybe a short period of time, maybe a long period of time. I just need that proof in regards to the company. Fungtastico says over 80% of current Palladium use case is in catalytic converters for internal combustion engines. Do you see the future for Palladium demand to ever recover increase from here? Yes, I can, because I have no idea what else Palladium is used for. Maybe they'll find another use for Palladium that would grow significantly. That, who knows? I'm not an expert in Palladium. So where's the Wikipedia page for Palladium? There it is, right at the top. And I'm pretty sure they won't have there's applications here, but yeah, catalysts. They talk about catalytic converters here, electronics, technology. Who knows? Maybe someone will find a way to use Palladium and that usage will explode. They talk about dentistry here. Maybe someone will find a way to use Palladium in dentistry and the use case will explode. Now, I don't have to know that. All I have to do is just look at the chart for Palladium. So let's have a look at the chart for Palladium. It's in a downtrend. This is the weekly chart in a downtrend. So there is negative sentiment in Palladium right now, and there's no reason to be bullish or excited about Palladium because it's in a downtrend. And other than that, I am not an expert in Palladium. I understand your sentiments, though, Fungtastico. I do understand what you're getting at. It's true. Yeah, it's true. John's channel says, can you look at Chalice Mining and MZZ? I'm going to have a guess here. MZZ's Matador? Well, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure CHN is Chalice. Yes. And MZZ is Matador? Matador. So even though I'm not a big mining investor, for some reason, I sometimes know these companies that I've never had a look at. And for some reason, I just knew Matador Mining had a ticker code MZZ. Maybe it's because it's a unique ticker code. I'm not going to have a quick look at their... What I will do is have a look. Did they release a qualitative report? They should have. Here it is. So I'm going to have a look at Matador. If they don't have any receipts, I'm just going to have a look at the chart. I'm not going to have a look at their potential because I'm not an expert when it comes to mining companies. I'm not a geologist. And I do think you need to have a bit of knowledge to understand mining companies and whether their hits are really good or not. I just don't understand it. I'm not an expert in this field, and they have no receipts. So they're burning through cash and exploring company. So I'll just have a look at the chart. I'm pretty sure Chalice Mining is still an exploring company. Share price has been under massive stress. Look at the share price down 11.7% today, which is the 30th of May. So share price is under stress right now. And I'm pretty sure this company is still an exploring company. I'll just verify that by looking at the most recent quarterly report. So just confirm that. Oh, $61,000 in receipts in the year to date. But otherwise, burning through a lot of cash, $7 million in exploration and valuation. Do they have much cash? Oh, they have a lot of cash. Over $100 million of cash. It must have done quite a few capital raisings or a very big capital raising. So let's have a look at the chart for both of these companies, starting with Matador. Matador, chart looks good. Chart looks pretty good. I like this chart. The next thing I want to know is what they're mining or what they're exploring. They do mention gold in the trading view. Doesn't mean they are mining gold. What you can do is just MZZ. They do have a presentation here. So it's really easy to know what they mine for or exploring for just by... Oh, they talk about AU Mega Metals. Matador Mining proposes name change to AU Mega Metals. That's an intriguing names change. and talking about a copper project. So looks like maybe gold and copper, new large gold zone in this other announcement. So gold and copper. And so their chart does, I understand their chart. A little bit of weakness in gold and copper today, the 30th of May. That means nothing at the, in the long run, because it's a little bit of a pullback possibly. But the chart looks pretty good. Chart has sentiment in this company has definitely turned more positive. The only thing I'd like to see is a little bit more volume. So volume has been weak, weaker than I'd like, much stronger than it was a year ago, but weaker than I'd like to see. But share prices are going sideways, and I'm not the biggest fan of exploring companies, but the chart looks pretty good. And I have a feeling Chalice Mining's chart started to turn, because it is a gold. Yeah, it started to turn positive. If you look at the short-term moving average channel here, starting to turn positive. We saw a couple of high highs, and even though the share price is down 10% or 11% today, that does not mean the trend is changing. Just possibly a one-day, one negative day out of, who knows, out of it. Whenever a company is in an uptrend, you're going to see negative days. Put it that way. Have a look. What's a really good share price or chart that's in an uptrend? Supply network, my go-to. Beautiful uptrend. And on occasion, this company has a really bad day. On the 24th of January, share price of this company fell 5.8%. It wasn't negative overall. Share price is still in an uptrend. So don't always react to really negative days. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. All right, so thank you. So actually, both charts look okay. Matador looks maybe a little bit better than Chalice Mining. It's intriguing that Chalice Mining has $100 million, because that's a lot of money. But I'm assuming their market cap is fairly high. Let's have a look. Chalice Mining, market cap maybe 500, 600 million, 614.6 million. Matador has a market cap of 40 million, 37.8 million. And maybe time for one more question. MMC, ASX Gold and Silver Junior Stock has a $150 million processing plant. I'm pretty sure I did mention or talk about MMC. Is this Mitre Mining? Mitre Mining. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this company in the past. Down a fair bit today, but again, most companies are down. And you maybe have highlighted something I did not know anything about this company. They have a $150 million processing plant. That's a pretty good size processing plant. So let's have a look at a chart for Mitre Mining. I'm pretty sure this chart looks pretty good as well. Mitre Mining. Oh, this chart looks fantastic. Fantastic. And again, this is maybe just a buy the dip opportunity. We saw a little bit of buy the dip opportunity back in April, and this could be another one. And have a look at this volume in this company compared to Matador Mining. Look at that massive increase in volume and sustained increase in volume over the past 4 months. I love to see that. And the market cap of this company is, so if they do have a $550 million processing plant and the market cap of this company is 79.5 million, possible value in this company. Possible value. That was going to be the last comment I replied to, but I'll just have a look at one more. And this is not a question, I think. If you adjust oil for inflation, perhaps it's cheaper than just being flat over that period, though I agree there is downside. Risk post-US election with readjustment of fraudulent electoral interfering data from the BLS. I'm going to go past that comment and have a look at the next comment. And that's not a question either. Talking about my performance on my technical portfolio. A couple of questions from our favorite South African investor, Anderson. Thanks again for these weekly technical updates. You're welcome. Loving these, extremely valuable. Thank you. That makes a lot of more sense now. Again, I have no idea. Context means something. Good day for resources. So it just shows you some days are good for resources, some days not. Today's not, but 9 days ago, it was a good day for mining companies. But only talk of data and tech. It's just a day, just a day. So I'm going to end it there with Gazmo, because the timing of this video will be about 20 minutes or just under 20 minutes. So at least I know where I'm up to. If you have any questions, any thoughts, or anything you want me to respond to, leave those in the comment section of any video, and eventually I will get to it. I'm only 9 days behind now. So I was 12 at the start of this video. Now I'm only 9 days below. And you will be the next comment I talk about, even though there may not be a question there. Anyway, So have a good day, have a good weekend if you're near the weekend. And otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.